Hello everyone and welcome back to John Bill's Iconic Multi-Molds. Okay, so after I finished off last week's video, I've just added this central column and the pillars exactly the same way as I showed you in the last video. So really in this video we can start to kind of enclose a lot of these up as supports and put on these nice little decorative finishes. So when I put this central beam in, there's a couple of things that I just did. And a little bit later on we have some kind of like a little table that the men would have sat on at the food. So we just need to add a hook right in the centre where this table hangs on, and I'll show you that later. And obviously one of the things as well, if you're going to build this this model, we have like this dining table as well that gets pinned through this central support. So if I'd have thought about it, I would actually drilled this hole first, because it became quite a nightmare to drill that, trying to get your drill bit in. It was very much at an angle. So yeah, if I were doing it again I would have made sure I drilled this little 1.8mm hole off the model first. So when I added this this back support, I put them in natural and I painted them after, but decided on this next one to actually paint it first. I just think it'd be a lot easier to paint it off the model and then just slip it into place. I'm going to make it tight because I've added paint to it, so I might just have to just file that middle one. But same again, we've got a couple of little these blocks to add. So we've got some rigging fixtures that come all the way from the gun openings all the way across, and then they finally get tied off on this beam here. So I'm just going to actually just add these. So you could actually just glue them on just normal, but what I've actually decided to do is, what I do quite a bit is I've just drilled a tiny little hole, cut off a little pin, so after I've drilled this hole you'll get a lot more of a mechanical fixing. So I've just marked the beam. It's pretty much offset to the right of where the centre supports I'm going to go a little bit later. So all I'm going to do is just get my little drill with a 0.6mm drill in it and just drill it about central to the beam. Now this just slips in a little bit long, going all the way through, so I'm going to cut them a little bit shorter. Just going to tighten up just a tiny drop of super glue. And then it's up to you how you fit it. Maybe have it, you can have it square, or you can have it at a slight angle, probably square. Or maybe just a little bit touch. And let's do the same with the other one. So after fitting the second one, we can kind of now glue this in into place. So I want is just a little bit of glue just inside these channels. It's quite a nice fit, so. Okay, so that's that glued in place with the little tie blocks on. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to these parts. So same again, last time I actually fitted them and then painted them after. But as you can imagine, you're painting under here, and you're painting on the top, you're painting on the side. So I decided just to drill a little hole in the back that you'll never see, pop it on a cocktail stick, and then just paint them. I just found it a little bit easy, so all we're going to do now is pop them off and glue one in every corner. And all we're doing is pretty much having them flush to the tops of them support beams. Yeah, I just think it's probably easier. Then if you do want to paint it again, all you're really going to have to do is just paint the face. So all I've got to do is pretty much just put one in every corner. Okay, so after you've added all one of them supports on every corner, we should end up looking like that. And yeah, I think I made the right choice by just painting these off, because they're done now, I don't have to worry about them. Okay, so eventually we do put like a small section of decking on this top part that covers pretty much from the tip just about there. So what we've got to do now, same as what we did in the I think on the earlier videos, we've just got to put some supports in. So all we've got to do is just pretty much divide this space, which is just over 100mm. So just mark it up at about 50 and just put a little pencil line. Oh, I did that one earlier. So we've got these blocks that we get from the kit, and it's made out of 4x4. So like I said to you a little bit later on, we have this this gun door opening, and it's actually all worked on a pulley system, and the first one goes all the way back to this cross section there. So I've just made up a little pulley, and I've left up enough kind of how much of the tail it said, which would run about 20mm. So I'm not showing this today, but when I'm all set up in my new workshop, I'll be doing a bit of a tutorial about exactly how I tie all the little blocks. All we need to do is just feed this in between these two supports, and then just centre it on that here. These kind of lines dead down the centre. So yeah, it's going to be quite interesting how this this pulley system works. That one's going to go across to there, and there's two more. So I'm actually interested to see is actually if it actually works how it meant to do. So yeah, quite interesting. And all you do is exactly the same on the next one. Okay, so on this part though, we have to feed in this this railing that I made up to the instructions. Literally just 4 parts glued together and painted red, and then same again. I've just done the exactly same as I did before. It's because this is going to get fitted into the deck. I'll just put a couple of little pins in. So I think it's best to actually put this in now before you actually put that centre one in, because I think once you put that centre one in, you wouldn't be able to get this in. So get it in. You don't have to be fitted into place, but it has to be just because it does fit like that. So you just need to be somewhere in the correct position before you glue this one in. Okay, so I'm going to bring this rail up across now and let it touch on them support beams that's fitted. And I'm going to push it down, not all the way, but just enough that them spikes just engage with the deck, and just have a look down the face, and then to see what it's like. It wants probably just tilt from the back a touch. Just make sure it's running square. And once you're happy, then you can push it down, and then pins will score it and hold it into place. It isn't going nowhere, so then I'm just going to tilt it forward, just paint a bit of glue this area here. It's going to get held by the deck as well, but it is also quite a tight fit. Yeah, that'll be fine. That. So I've got this second grating that's going to be added on the top deck. So same again, we just need to put in a couple of supports just to take the edges. So we just need to leave a space of about 9mm. So I've just marked that already. And then that should give quite nice, once this grating's centered down this this middle support, we should have a couple of mil overhanging either side. So when we bring the planks across, we're going to plank up to that. It's just going to be a little bit of support. It's going to hold that. Same again, it's going to come in with a little bit of super glue, just to kind of hold it. It's mostly going to be held by the planks above, but it'll just stop it from moving. Okay, so after doing kind of all these little support parts in, we can pretty much get to the stage now where we can plank this. So I'll do this off camera. It's exactly the same as I plank the deck below. Okay, so it's been about a month since I did the first part of this video, and since then I've actually completed this top upper decking strip and this diorama. So I built it exactly how I showed people in the earlier video I did this bottom deck, but there was a slight difference, and like I said, people have been watching this series from the start. I don't have the instructions, all I've got is the plan. So it was a subscriber said there is some strip width that you use to replicate obviously corking. So let's say I had seen this in the kit, but I never actually really looked too much into it, what it is. So it's a little bit of strip wood of it's 3mm by 0.5, and all we had to do is just glue that onto the planking wood before we lay the planks down. And like I say, it just gives the impression that it's got corking. I say it doesn't matter too much that I didn't do it on the bottom one, but I'm glad I found out and I've actually done it on this deck. So same again, this one's just done a little bit different. It's actually made correctly where this grating will fit in how it's supposed to, rather than as I did the bottom one, where that is actually just resting on the top. This one actually fits in between the slots quite nice. And I also just decked around the rail. So I will stain that a little bit later on, pretty much exactly how I stained the bottom deck, just for a bit of teak, and then I just sanded it off just to make it look a little bit worn. Okay, so I mentioned earlier in the video about this, so just remove that, about this little hook just there, and this is actually so we can hang this this table that obviously the sailors actually sat in there. So it's what I run about. This is like a little pin that goes inside this hole that you drill, and that's why I was saying it would have been easier to actually drill the hole on the knee first, but it still goes in okay. So I'll just build this up to the instructions, and now I'll fit it onto the model. So we'll just line it up with that slot on the holes, and then we push the pin in. So I haven't, normally I'd completely brass all this. I drop it into some of the brass black, but I can't find it at the minute. So all I've done, I've just painted the end. You only see a little bit, and once it's actually in the model 100%, it'll never come out again. So that just fits on there, and then this little bit of cable just fits over the hook, so then it fits like that. So also then it's got a couple of little chairs that I made up as well, just to the drawings, and they'll fit into this location and be probably pushed under a little bit more, because a little bit later on there is a couple of these guns that I've actually started to work on that will go into the gun ports. Okay, so I've also put this up on its side. Okay, so I'm just going to tilt this up like that. So I've actually got a couple of these little, I'm assuming they must be just ladders. I'm not really sure, but on the drawer and they actually just hanging in that position around about there, just either side of the knee. So yeah, they just pretty much hover around there. We're around about 5mm from the top plank. So I'm just going to attach these with a little bit of glue along the back edge. You have to fit them so that bottom strip is facing the bottom. So just drop it on and, like I say, just set it so there's a gap about 5mm, and just do the same on this one. Just drop this one as well. Okay, so that's them kind of fit in place. Like I said, they just kind of float there. I'm not 100%, like I say, I'm not 100% sure actually what they're for, but yeah, they're going to look quite nice when everything else has started to be added. Okay, so that's pretty much everything I've got done so far at the minute. I'll start working on some more sections. This diorama is getting quite close to being finished. There's a little bit of a capping and some anti-boarding netting to be fitted on the front edge. This is the gun port lids. And then mainly it's really just the exterior parts, like these parts that I've built today. So anyway, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please like the video and possible leave a comment. This is not particularly doing that well for views, so people just let me know that you're enjoying it. It kind of inspires me to carry on filming. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.